Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. We better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shador.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Dion already none of that. We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's like,
when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
You was up. You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44. You know what we doing this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level, and this is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show. Yeah, we doing this for real.
He's funny.
I want to go rebound. Shoot.
This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
You think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what, big dog?
Yes.
I'm light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, man. What's crack-a-lagging-magging from the bagging to the jagging? Oh, snap. We are here today. I tried to start this show a little bit later, just hoping that I wasn't living in reality. But like Soul to Soul told me, back to life, back to reality. Yeah, it's real. The Clippers, Clippers clipped. The Clippers are clipping out here. That clip has been clipping. Respect to all you gangsters out there who woke up this morning with me at about noon and said, let's get into this. It's crazy that we're going to talk about this. The Clippers, y'all know that's my squad. I don't believe in curses, but enough bad things happen in a row where you might believe your cousin who from New Orleans saying, I'm telling you that voodoo real, don't eat that spaghetti. We got to talk through that. Nick Wright, beast with the whole Ball family. He started off with Lamelo, and then the shots kept firing because the Ball family stick together. The word clown was used. a lot. We got the latest on the Rossini resignation, and now she got defenders. Now we can hear people actually defend her. What do they say? A little too late? Just too late? Too late? I don't know. We're going to get into that, see if it's too late for all these defenders out there. We also going to cook up Ronda Rousey going at the UFC and Dana White, and she got receipts. For real. CVS Long. Get it, girl. Barkley calls out Stephen A. Smith. A lot of infighting, and that's good to me. I like that. Every team I've been on, we go at each other, and then we come together, and we go at the opponent. So the opponent is anyone who doesn't believe in humanity. I don't know what the end game of this is, but hey, I'm here for it. And we got much, much more to talk about. As you guys know, there's some craziness in this show today. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and become a member. I ain't got no time to waste since I was hoping this wasn't real, but it is. So let's get into this. Charles Barkley, start the show off. Be nice. You talking about my Clippers, bro.
Charles Barkley really said the Clippers weren't contenders.
Well, let me tell you something, Manuel. I've been poor, I've been rich, I've been fat, I've been skinny, I've been old, I've been in the Hall of Fame, and one thing I can always tell you, the Clippers have always sucked.
That ain't funny. We haven't always sucked. Let's just say we haven't always lived up to expectations. That's a better way of saying it, correct? Right, Shannon?
And I kind of wanted to see him. I kind of wanted to see him where I mean, but he just can't get no. He just can't. I mean, Kawhi, when they had great opportunities.
Can you get the sentence out first? God dang. What, Savannah State, whatever the hell. Come on.
Kawhi get injured and boom, PG got injured. PG could never stay healthy. Kawhi got injured and that was it. Cause you pinned all your hopes. You pinned all your hopes on those two guys, and those two guys were the least healthiest, and they're your best players.
Damn, least healthiest too. Damn, Savannah. Here we go. Hey, break it down for me. Y'all believe in curses? Because we're going to do a little bit of a history lesson as we get into the present of what happened last night. If you guys didn't watch it, everybody's talking about Steph Curry, how he balled, Al Horford balled. Porzingis got a couple minutes in there where it looked insane. And most importantly, Draymond Green, golly. I mean, Kawhi had an amazing year. Kawhi, if they had started fast, would have been the MVP potentially. He was eating this year. And his fourth quarter, 2 points, boom, 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 boom. And everybody's like, only 2 points in the fourth quarter? They had a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter in a play-in game and lose it? Y'all believe in curses? And more importantly, guess who was defending them? God dang it. Draymond Green.
Yeah. And it's just hard to overcome.
Yeah.
And because you've given up so much, how do you build a team? It's man, it's tough. And the Clippers, man, I just don't know. And they had that great opportunity when they had so much promise. You remember they came out there with the jerseys 2-1-3.
Yeah.
Because Kawhi was 2 and Paul George. Yeah. That's the LA area code. You got, what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, look how they got that thing going.
Hey.
He always Joe Johnson, beast. Hold on. 1-on-1, everybody always talking about Kobe, Jordan, all that. I'm like, I don't know if anybody beating Joe Johnson in the 1-on-1, but the point is he always just seemed like he just came off a big fish dinner, like some catfish. Oh, girl. He just always seemed like he just finished something real deep south.
Hey, they ain't get it done, man. If they won a championship, boy, they'd have been standing on top of LA.
Yeah.
If you win one championship, it was worth whatever you gave up to get it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, blah, 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 because we're going to get into what we gave up to get it, too. But first, we got to talk about where we at, where we go. Where are we? Kawhi, you are leader. I know you don't talk a lot, but say something, dog.
You're going into the last year of the contract that you signed a couple years ago with the team. You are extension eligible. I was just wondering, is this a place that you would like to stay going forward into the future?
Let me cry about this loss a little bit more, and we're gonna have our discussions when that time comes.
And one thing I know about Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi Leonard gonna look out for Kawhi Leonard. Let me give you guys a little bit of background and narrative of Kawhi Leonard and why he is this way. There's two things that happen that I don't think enough people highlight, personally and professionally. Let's start off with professionally. Professionally, Kawhi Leonard was a San Antonio Spur. Remember when he came kind of out of nowhere? Not like he wasn't projected to be good, but he wasn't projected to be this. Kawhi Leonard, where people say literally they have their top 10 list of all time, and then people start telling you who the top 5 players are currently, and then every single time somebody will go like this, but if Kawhi was healthy, he top 10 all time. It's like, really? And they're like, dog. Player after player be like, dog. It's insane. Okay, currently, in all the players, you can say Jokic, you can say Luka, you can say SGA. If Kawhi was healthy, though. It's insane. So, what happened to him professionally, he was with the San Antonio Spurs, and we all know he got hurt. Let's just say that he felt he was misdiagnosed, rushed back a little bit. The only way I think you guys will really remember this is it felt like a campaign against Kawhi. Everywhere from the Admiral and David Robinson, I don't think Tim Duncan jumped in it, but everybody, it felt like Ginobili, Tony Parker, all these old heads from the franchise just came back and was like, yo, Kawhi, what you doing? Play, blah, blah, blah. See, Kawhi came back and got hurt again and was like, yo, I can't trust y'all. And then instead of them saying, yes, you can, let's take our time to heal this, they put the Rush campaign out on him. And then from that point on, his heart hardened. Real spit. So then he had to leave San Antonio because he didn't trust them. They already showed you, hey, we got a militia coming at your ass. Okay, I'm out. He goes to Toronto. Listen how this story goes, and this is a life lesson. Everybody against you, where you are, where you wanted to be. Okay, I see how this goes. I'm going to go somewhere else then. I ain't got to fight all y'all. I just go somewhere else, and y'all ain't got nobody to fight. Goes to Toronto, 1 year, wow. A franchise that had never won a championship, like the Clippers, and won it all. Oh, he legendary forever now. So then that helped write the checks that he's getting forever. You know, the Clippers, extensions, all that. Kawhi is eating. What happened to him personally? People don't remember this. Growing up, Kawhi Leonard, his father in Compton, they say it's the same car wash that my grandmother, right across the street from our grandmother's house, where I used to always go. Put it like this. Where my grandmother lived, she lived right there. I can't say it right now because we still got the spot. She lived right there. Then behind there was an alley. Then right there was a big boulevard. Right there's a car wash. That's where DJ Quick and them lived. Grandma, we lived over there, Palmer Block, Compton Crip. They lived over there on them Pyrus, right across the street. Let me just tell you this. I never went past that car wash. And I only went to that car wash, I think, twice with my uncles. Never. I mean, when I say never, and it's like 18 feet from you, you're like, nope, can't go past. It's like a border, for real. Like a different country. So anyway, they say that's where his father got murdered, and it kind of shut him down as a kid. Can you imagine it as a kid? Your dad get murdered? So they say they shut him down internally. Like, people always say he's so quiet and all that. He's kind of like, just look, man. Imagine if life gets robbed from you in that respect. It's not just your father gone. It's your vision of your life. You're like, yo, this how it could go? Your dad's your superhero. Whatever you want to think of it, right? Even if it don't matter what your relationship is, that's your first superhero, right? Mama and daddy. And you're like, that's how it goes? Okay. So he got a whole different disposition is what I'm trying to really tell y'all. Y'all better put some respect on that man's name. And speaking of putting some respect on that name, all that adds up to what we saw yesterday. And what we saw yesterday, you better put some respect on Draymond Green's name. Boy, I saw this happen yesterday in my little son's 10-year-old practice. I saw one of our guards trying to play point guard and kept backing up. He get the ball at the top of the key. Next thing I know, he had half court. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm not trying to overcoach. But at the same time, I'm sitting there like, dog. I know sometimes you got to do that. It happens in the game. It happens in the pro game. Look at Kawhi right now. I was like, dog, the basket's the other way. What the hell are you doing? This ain't good, right? This ain't good. Let's keep going, though. Might be more. Well, first of all, I am getting sick and tired of hearing that ambient noise. What the hell that is. Let's go. Okay, so now, give me another one. Okay. All right, first of all, the energy's a little low for me. See, this is result-based. I can't lie to you. In the moment, I didn't say his energy was low. I said his production was low. Now I'm looking at it. Hey, man, can you move? I mean, Draymond is a great defender. He ain't the fastest dude in the world, but look at him. Smart, effective, efficient, uses his hands well. Oh, my God. Ooh. Ooh, let me try and get one more out of here before they shut this thing down. Look at this. These are impossible. See, this is what happens when they say that winning is a skill. I heard them say that on the broadcast last night. Shout out to Candace Parker. Ooh, Lord. Even when you hear her, you think beautiful. It's crazy. So the point is, they just playing smart basketball. Like Draymond is going to always be on the edge of like, yeah, this is a little too physical. Oh, that's a foul. Okay, well. I'm going to learn from it. See, Draymond, I think one of his superpowers is he knows what officials are, right? They're adversity in the real world. You got to work with it and work around it and work through it, okay? But you got to work on the adversity. Most people just foul and don't even learn from it, right? They don't even know what the foul meant. Oh, that's ticky-tack. Oh, man, what you call foul for? Draymond ain't that stupid. Draymond is this. I'm going to actually foul to know where the line is today. And every game I ever played in, the line moves. This sometimes a foul. This sometimes a foul. You could miss a guy. That's a foul. And then sometimes you go, and that's not a foul. And then sometimes that's a foul. So the officials are always moving the line. Your goal is to find out where the line is so you can know how to play that day. That day. You think, so Draymond does that. Look at his handwork. He just over there kung fu fighting Kung Fu Kenny in him and getting away with it because everybody else is at home or everybody else on the court like, man, Draymond, you fouling, dog. And Draymond like, did you hear a whistle? Me either. Jimbo, do you hear a whistle? I ain't hear no whistle, Draymond. Keep hitting that boy until they say something. Shoot. That's what's happening. And, it's so smart. It's so real. Oh, man, brain over body all day, every day. People don't understand that. Talk to him, Dre. And he just got it. If y'all didn't see it, ball. Y'all didn't see that game last night, y'all missed out on something good. Real spit. And all that respect that he got, talk to him, Kawhi. Let him know, okay? This is what he talking about.
Hall of Fame defender. Yeah, it was hard to even get shots up. Hall of Fame defender.
Well, he doesn't talk enough, so I got to play it twice. Let me stop. All right, blah. Yeah, it's real. Clip City, Chip City. What the funk happened to y'all? How did we get here? Oh, it ain't that hard. We gave up Paul George. No, we got Paul George, I'm sorry. And we gave up that guy who is probably going to win his second MVP. MVP, not best on team, not all county, not all state. MVP, SGA, Gallinari, a first rounder, Trey Mann, a first rounder, Jalen Williams, a first rounder, Dylan Jones, first rounder, Miami number 15, good for y'all. First rounder, I can't talk to you. First rounder, But in the moment, I can't say that. I can't put that on the Clippers. In the moment, they knew we shouldn't have done that, but we had to do that. You're one of those things. It ain't always about what you want to do. Sometimes it's what you need to do. That's why I tell my itty-bitties all the time. I say, when you walk in this house, first thing you need to do is what you need to do so you can do what you want to do. But sometimes you get forced and flipped where you got to do it the opposite way. So we were warned about this moment. Who warned us about this? Him. Who was that? That's Chris Paul. It's his IG story. He said, that's the face of, what I tell y'all? Y'all wasn't listening? Yeah. So it went down in the Dirty South. It went down in the Dirty South Central. Oh, I'm not even going to cry. I can't lie. I'm so used to it. I've been in that relationship so long. Just keep hitting me, Tat. I feel like Tina Turner, Ike, or something like when am I gonna leave Ike? I've been in it so long, it's too much. Ike, stop. Anyway, that's the life of a Clipper. You know what I mean? I'm a season ticket holder, and then I ain't go to another game after they traded James Harden and Zubac. James Harden was one thing, and I was like, man, damn, this is going to be tough. But oh well. When you let Zubac go, I was like, oh, y'all letting it go for the future too. Like, Zubac, a young center. What the hell we doing? And then we got in Garland and the boys. We look good. Not good enough when it mattered most. Okay, so beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Clip City, Chip City 2027. Don't think I'm getting off the bandwagon. I shouldn't say the only. One of the reasons I'm not getting off the bandwagon is just because what Joe Johnson said. When we win a championship, and we gonna win one, and when we win it, oh my God, I'm going to the tallest building in LA, somewhere downtown, and I am going to be standing there, and I'm just going to strip naked. I'm going to say, this is for y'all, and I'm just going to streak. And then only thing I'm going to have on is a backpack, and I'm going to jump, and I'm going to have a parachute, and I'm going to be flying, woof, and then I'm going to be floating naked in LA over the 110 freeway. I hope I land on your car. And then we're going to ride off, and you're going to take me home with my butt on your windshield. That's oh, my God. I'm so hyped when we finally win one, which I don't think it's going to ever happen. All right, beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. We still got a bunch of topics to talk about. Obviously, Nick Wright beefing with the whole Ball family, calling Lamelo a clown, and then it set it off. We got LeVar Ball going back at him. Latest on Rossini resignation. I can't even speak. Talking about Shannon. We got Giannis's beef with Shams with the funk. Ronda Rousey going at UFC Dana White and got some receipts. Real spit. Barkley calling out Stephen A. Smith. All that and more. So like this video, subscribe to this channel, and become a member. I don't think I said that one time yesterday. Not even one time. Not Lauryn Hill style. One time. Didn't even say it one time. Love to you guys. Let me give some members some love out here. I see you, Patrick Edwards, in the building. Crack-a-lack Magan. Dustin Stevens in the building. What's Crack-a-lack Magan? The Hawk TV. All these members up here. Stomp. I see you, baby. Jared M. Yay. Wessia Falia Nia. Boom, boom. Throwing up the W. Yeah, members are in the building. We're going to get to the top fans next time. But right now, so now y'all want to defend Diana. I heard the Dan Lebatard. I said I heard. You know, I rap Tourette. Sorry, my medicine's wearing off. I heard payback's a motherfucker. That's why instead of getting treated like a goddamn stepchild, punk, because I ain't him. You better roll with the 9-double-M. Damn it. Ice Cube is it. Mount Rushmore, Ice Cube, Jerry Curl, guarantee it. Andre 3000, guarantee it. Rock Kimasay, guarantee it. 4 for 1, that's tough. It's too many cats, but I know the guarantees. Andre 3000, Jerry Curl, Ice Cube, and obviously, who I just say? Damn, that CTE real. Who I just say? Rock Kimasay. Jamel Hill. Now you want to defend Diana. I heard on Lebatard, I keep saying that I heard. Lebatard showed that they didn't talk about the story. They found it difficult. I can't lie to you. And Dan Lebatard's my dog. That's my homie. Anybody who said this story was tough to do, I was like, you ain't got to say that, dog. It's okay. I get it. You just don't want to do it. And I know why you don't want to do it. You got love for her or something. I'd rather somebody say, look, that's my friend. That's my fam. I ain't going there. Because it was so obvious professionally how it affected her occupation. Dog, she's a reporter. She reports. She talks to us. She talks to them. If you over there getting, on the cop, check in with me, then do your job. Come on, man. You can't have that song playing and then actually that song and them lyrics are being realized, and then you going to just go get on the microphone, the other microphone, and then start talking about people. What if I ain't the one messing with you? What if you the one messing with me because you messing with him and he my op? Come on, y'all. Y'all silly with this. Just say it. Just say, look, if it's somebody I got to protect, I say I got to protect them. I always say I got to protect the guilty. But the guilty is everybody. Michelle Beadle's going to talk about this. She's trying to protect the guilty. I don't protect one person and then be like, hey. Dog, I ain't trying to ruin no careers. I'm just trying to tell the truth. I'm trying to enlighten the fans. I'm trying to be cathartic to myself, because it's a fake ass experience when you got to do some stuff and just got to go along with the get along. Everybody's done it. I'm not holier than thou. We've all done it. You don't believe me? Go to work today. And then your boss say a joke. And you looking at him like, that shit ain't funny. And then he look back at you like, ain't it funny? And then you kind of give him a little smirk. That little smirk right there is go along, get along. You know it wasn't funny. You should have gave him the gas face. Instead, you looking at him like, this is the definition of fake. Who hasn't done that 10 times in a day? Golly, just say when you faking it, you faking it. All right, so she got defenders now. Let's hear it.
So what do you say to the Craig Cartons of the world who rise up now and say some form of this sets women back 100 years in sports journalism as men reassert their power in all the ways we do?
Oh, Jesus. I could hear Judge Wapner right now, even Judge Judy if y'all ain't that old. But point is, you leading a witness. You can't ask no question like that, Dan Le Batard. But you actually can because you're Dan Le Batard.
What I would say, thinking about this, I think about this as I do a lot of things through the prism of race, because that's just the country and the reality that we live in. And certainly me, not just being a woman, but being a black woman in America, I'm very accustomed to the fact that the actions of one black person tend to define our entire race.
This is the only sticking point between Jemele Hill and I. And this is real. This is professionally. We've had discussions, arguments, feuds on air, and we've also talked about it off air. But I'm not going to lie, with Jemele Hill and I, it's always love. Like, we always are cool. We are actually cool, despite the fact we are actually polar opposite, especially on this topic. The thing is, I always push back, and I'm going to push back right now explicitly. She said the actions of one tend to group everyone together. And you know what's crazy about that when you hear it? It sounds correct, except when you stop and think. The negative actions of one affects all black people. It tends to, as she said. Yeah, okay, I hear you. People start saying, look at them people over there fighting. Look at over there. You see them black people fighting. You see a black person doing something bad. You see them shooting. You see them yelling. You see them loud, whatever they say. Black women all up in their feelings and all angry. All that. I know all the stereotypes or the realities. And we see that. And we say, that's all of them. Or we tend to think that's all of them. But you know what's crazy? Can we flip that coin? Because where I'm from, I know all of that, but I also know all the good black people. Where you from, we all know good examples of black people. So why doesn't that tend to group everybody? I'm waiting. How come everybody doesn't tend to be like Obama? Let's just start with the president, okay? Former president. How about all the other great people that are doing amazing things in this world that are black? I don't know, Robert Smith. Do you even know who Robert Smith is, people? Like the richest black American damn near who didn't get it with his body, athlete. You know, our billionaires are Jordan, LeBron, Magic. Or he didn't get it with his mouth and entertainment and his gift to gab like Jay-Z, like Dr. Dre. And I'm only using money because it's an easy objective. It's an easy objective way of seeing success, okay? There's other ways, trust me. But he got more money than all them. And guess how he got it? That brain, boy, smart. Come on, y'all. This is a country where we talk about all them other dudes who got less than the dude who got the most, and nobody know his name. His name ain't household, because I know him. I really know him through some other people. Shout out to Ephraim Salam. Right? Come on, y'all. And y'all ain't talking about that man none. Same thing happens with education and all the stuff. We talk about everybody else when it comes to like psychology, philosophy, economists, socio-political. We talk about everybody else. And this is no slight because I like all these guys in a lot of these ways. Cornel West and Michael Eric Dyson. We give all these people credit. No one talks about Thomas Sowell. Y'all better miss me. So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If we gonna group all black people in a negative way when somebody does something bad, let's group all black people in a positive way when somebody does something good, but we don't.
And that gets exhausting to deal with, that we're looking at as a monolith, as collectively, as one group. Like, because whatever Diana Rossini did or didn't do is supposed to somehow reflect how I do my job. And I think that... Well,
let's say this. Let's be real. Let's be real. It raises suspicions for all of us. And we all got to deal with it. Dudes got to deal with it. Girls got to deal with it. Women, men, everybody who walks into a new environment, you got to deal with the gate of suspicion, right? If you're coming into a locker room and you're a dude, my first suspicion is he a good journalist, good writer, or is he over here with that envy and jealousy that a lot of these guys got because they didn't go past high school and their bellies are in front of their feet? I know it. Every single male reporter I ever met, I'm like, is he a jock sniffer? Is he really here to do the job? Or is he here to tear me up? Ooh. Pause. I mean, is he here to tear me down? Is he here to bring down my legacy? Is he here to translate all the things I'm doing on the field in a negative way? Every single dude. So stop when you say, when I see a woman, the first thing I'm trying to think is she here for the job? Is she here for the come up? Nothing but a come up. But ain't that a... You want to see a young man that's rich. Y'all know the lyric. Come on, man. What you think? Why? Because I know your weapons. All I'm checking for is like when you walk into TSA, they ain't asking you what you have for dinner last night. They're not asking you, oh, did you enjoy Six Flags last summer? They want to know, do you have any weapons? The weapons that men have in a locker room is that ink pen, that tape recorder, that phone, that camera. I can manipulate this. I can edit the hell out of this and make you look a fool. No matter how good you are, no matter how great a game you had, if I'm a dude reporter, I can make you look bad. Because I play DN. I get 1 sack a game, I'm in the Hall of Fame forever. Yes, 17 sacks a year, Hall of Famer. What about the other 60, 70, 80 plays? Oh, I could highlight or low light the 10 plays where Wiley was like, man, they ran a reverse over there. Ain't no way I'm getting over there, so let me just chill. Let me just not run, and then they make the tackle, and now I'm tired, boss. So that's the man's weapon. You know what the woman's weapon is? Hey, Marcellus. And don't act like I'm just talking out my damn ass, because I know this for a fact. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. I'm lying. It's not fact. It's facts, because I've seen it. I've been there. Damn it, I'm too honest. I've done it. Oops.
The kind of misogyny that we got to stop buying into is if Diana Rossini crossed the line, that's on Diana Rossini and her marriage and her household. That ain't got nothing to do with Jamel Hill. That has.
Nope, it doesn't, except it has something to do with the profession that y'all share. Ooh. You think I don't get grouped in with athletes? You don't think that everybody be like, oh, them dumb jocks. When they were saying dumb jocks, they were talking about me too. One thing about me, you ain't got to like me, you ain't got to agree with me, all that, but it's weird you're watching me right now. Whatever, this may be your discovery. You're trying to say, who is this dude, Marcellus? Whatever. I'm not dumb. That's one thing. I ain't even going to call me cocky, whatever. I know what I'm not. I'm not dumb. I'm not gangster. I'm not stupid. Come on, y'all. Some things you're just not. I'm not. I'm not a woman. I'm not little. You know what I mean? I'm not dumb. But they called us dumb jocks. You got to take it. That's the occupation. You share the occupation with her, and you're right. It ain't got nothing to do with Jamil Hill. At the same time, it got something to do with that job.
Nothing to do with Elle Duncan. That has nothing to do with any of the wonderful women journalists that are out here. Sally Jenkins. That has nothing to do with any of us. That is somebody that decided to torpedo their career over an egregious journalistic mistake.
You mean salami? Egregious journalistic mistake. Look, there's some journalists that's getting it in, men and women. Who you think the women getting it in with? Men. And who the men getting it in with? A woman. So everybody being scandalous. The thing is, this is an impossible conversation to have, honestly, with anybody, because they don't want to say the truth, because the truth will also out some of the guilty. Like, there are people who literally today is going to get it in, going to hear this story about Diana Rossini, be like, oh, she slipped up, she tripped up. That ain't me. Me and my coach is good. Nobody knows what we up to. Dog, we used to get on our flights. Forget the journalists. Our flight attendants were down for the cause. Matter of fact, once you get cool with them, you start hearing how they got to work to get on these flights to be down for the cause. How do we get on a flight? I don't know. Is this coincidence? We get on a flight and there's 10 flight attendants. Big old planes, you know what I'm saying? It's 60 dudes that are fat and in shape, big old football players, and then they got the executives and they got the, upstairs management and they got the journalists, everybody on this plane. Not every team does it this way, but my teams did. And you get on the flight, the food is amazing. I mean, cocktail shrimp bigger than your fist, steak, all you can drink, not alcohol. You got to bring your own alcohol. All that stuff. And then you looking who giving you the steak. Come on, man. I've been in Jacksonville for 2 years and ain't seen nobody finer in Jacksonville than my flight attendant right here. Oh, my bad. You're wrong. Because she ain't the finest person I just met in Jacksonville. Because that flight attendant is. Then, at first you just like, yo, you hitting your boy, you hitting your teammate like, yo, what the funk? They in here. HR is hiring. And then you get cool with them. Next thing you know how the game goes. Yeah, we all do this. I got my normal flight schedule, but when they say, oh, we have these private charters and this is going to be for the NFL team, girl, I'm raising my hand. I'm trying to get that. Come on, y'all. What you trying to get it for? So you can hand out steak? You don't want to be on the flights to hand out chicken? Y'all, man, so we can't play this game. We can't really talk about it. They don't want to talk about it because they're going to have to start talking about the motivations and the outings, and some of their homegirls is getting it in. Look out for your homegirl. I'm just here to look out for the whole industry.
And so men who say that, this is going to undermine the credibility of female journalists, probably already think that. And so, that's why I could understand some of the response to Nancy Armour's column in USA Today, where there were many female journalists that said, respectfully, Nancy, and she's definitely somebody who has created and continues a journalistic standard in our business. She's a very good columnist and a very good journalist, but I understand why other women rejected that idea. And I equally sort of reject that idea, even though I do understand that realistically, a lot of people believe that's what women journalists are there to do.
Some? I think we all are in defiance of stereotypes, like so much that it makes us lie about the fact that the stereotype is based in reality. Every stereotype I've ever heard is based in reality. Now, the dosage, the dilution of it, is it talking about 1% of the people? Or is it talking about 99% of the people? That's a different conversation, but don't act like that assumption came out of nowhere. Give it credence. If Jemele Hill, all she said, and Jemele, so she's going to have to talk race first. She had to bring up the black woman experience, and now she's talking about Diana Rossini, obviously not a black woman, and we are talking real about it. Respect Jemele. At the same time, if you're really going to talk about this, the realest one you're going to hear is the woman who says, look, cut the shit. Some of us get it in. Or don't say us. Say some of them get it in. Duh. All right, now let's have the conversation. Because then we understand where you're coming from. But if you're trying to act like, I don't know what this is, and, that's not how we are. Some of you are. And it's no indictment. Some are. Are you kidding me? Do you really want to have this conversation? No, you don't. This is why, if y'all watch me over the years, this is how we used to talk on the shows with me. I was like, no. You trying to act like nobody does that? Well, I'm not saying nobody. I'm saying, well, then that's why we talking about her. Because she's somebody who just did that and got in trouble. Now she may be nobody.
At the women that are covering athletes on the sidelines that are reporting that everybody's there to get a husband, that everybody's hooking up with everybody. And I've said this before, Dan, if I had $1 for the amount of times that people assume that women in our business are sleeping with players and coaches, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I would be on a beach in Fiji.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Look, I understand why Dan Le Batard doesn't want to do that. I don't know his relationship with Diana Rossini, but everyone keeps telling me and hitting me up like Dan is not talking about this topic. Fine. And then they talk about it, but it goes this direction. Okay. Let me give it to you like this. When I hear someone talk about athletes are dumb, athletes are stupid, athletes spend all their money, athletes are violent, all that stuff, I can't argue them fully because they're right. They're right. Athletes are some. The word some is assumed in there, I hope. Not all athletes, dumb jocks. Not all athletes are dumb. John Elway went to Stanford. You think he dumb? Oh, God. But when you want to act like you're dumb by saying, no, not all of us. Come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. And in this situation, come on. It's okay, ladies. We're not going to condemn all of you. We know some of y'all over there eating. We know some of these dudes are eating. Who you eating with? If Vrabel did this and Diana did this, a man did it and a woman did it. But it's coming down harder on a woman. Yeah, because she got to walk places and get information. Vrabel don't need anything from anybody except people in that building. He don't need nothing. He doesn't have to answer your questions. Oh, y'all force him to. Well, that's the only reason he's answering them. He doesn't have to walk up to somebody and actually, Diana has the power. She had the power to make you look better or worse based on information and intel. That's power. This is why this is a story. This is why I'm laughing when people try, oh, this ain't no story. You trying to say someone with a megaphone can say, Marcellus ain't shit. Marcellus wants to get traded. Does he? And then I got to come out and argue and say, no, I don't. And then you know what they say, oh, you defensive. Why are you being so defensive? If you didn't want to get traded, you would have just let it go by. Why'd you even address the story? You gave it legs. Then if you don't address it, oh, silence is deadly. He might want to get traded. He hasn't said a word. This is what they did to Max Crosby. Max Crosby kept saying, I'm good. Even though he may have been working on some things that are bad behind the scenes. It ain't your business. I'm good. I ain't going to say nothing. Because when I say something, it goes that way. When I don't say something, it goes that way. And y'all acting like she ain't got no power. How is the wind blowing back and forth like that if she ain't got no power? Anybody? Anybody? I didn't think so. Continue to defend this. Michelle Beadle supported Diana Russini when asked about it and her future after resigning from The Athletic. A lot of men and women in this business, this is Michelle Beadle talking, a lot of men and women in this business have done things that will be considered inappropriate, but those glass house owners have been really loud on this. Okay, I take that two ways. Blah, blah, blah. Shout out to Mama Beads. Y'all know I used to work with Mama Beads. I take that two ways. One general, one specific. One, if she's saying generally, a lot of, how did she say it? Let's talk through it. A lot of men and women in this business have done things that would be considered inappropriate. You're damn right. It's called life. This is why I don't get offended when people say athletes are dumb and all that stuff and athletes are violent and all that stuff. And I know it's true to a degree, but guess what? You know what's even greater than that degree? This is what you got to hit them back with. I'm an athlete, but I'm also a human first. That's why I don't put my race first. I don't put my gender first. I don't put nothing first. I ain't even pick my race. I ain't even pick my gender. I ain't putting nothing first. I put me first. I ain't even pick me. Mama and daddy did that. They had a good night. 10 months later, here you go. I'm greater. Come on, baby. I'm putting me first because this is all I got. Me, Pac-Man. That's two references for colors. Here's the real. You know what's worse than athletes? You know what's dumber than athletes? Humans. You know what's dumber than athletes? Americans. Your neighbor. People forget this. Oh, those athletes, those professional athletes, all violent and stuff. You want to see the crime rate in the NFL versus the crime rate in your neighborhood, in your vicinity, in your community, in America? The crime rate everywhere across the board is higher. It's just fewer athletes, a couple incidents that get magnified. You're getting triggered. You're getting algorithmed. That's what happens. Like, it's 1,800 NFL players. If 3 of them get in trouble, you're like, all them players, man, they always getting in trouble. 3 of them go broke. Oh, the NFL players always spending money. Do you know that your neighbors check to check? Do you know your other neighbors on welfare? Every single thing you can throw at Diana Russini, throw at a woman journalist, throw at a man football player, a woman basketball player, your neighbors are worse. I've always known that. Do your homework. God damn. Ooh, I said dang. God damn. Do your homework. It's easy to fake. Oh, I better stop talking about other people. So that's the glass house I'm thinking she's talking about. Generally. But specifically, I think she knows names and numbers. And that's her protecting the guilty. But who's been talking about it? It's actually been more people not talking about it now, except ESPN. So nobody at ESPN, because they ain't saying nothing. Except on maybe on a podcast they are. I don't know. So she's talking about somebody specifically. And look, I know, if all else fails, if somebody came up to me, Marcellus, you better start saying some names and numbers or else. Oh yeah, I got some names and numbers. I hate to do it to you, but I'm not dying for you. You know, the first rule of life is survive. Second rule is thrive. I must survive. I would out some. This is why I'm laughing at Gucci Mane and all them people and 6ix9ine. I'm not even mad at it. I'm snitching. I'm snitching. It's not that deep. I love MJ more than you. I love Araya more than you. I love Maraca more than you. I love Olivia more than you. I love Annemarie more than you. I am snitching. I am not doing jail time. I'm not getting shot. I'm not getting hurt for you and your reputation. I tried my best to protect it, but guess what? It's now affecting me. It will affect you because you are the one that actually did it. Let's go snitching. I don't know why y'all be trying to take care of these fools who are fools. I'm not. But actually, that's not the definition of snitching. I don't want to go down that alley. But y'all better stop playing, okay? So they trying to defend it everywhere you can. Oh, my God. It's insane. It's real spit. They trying to defend it. I got some more people over here trying to defend it. And this is what's interesting. Man, this story ain't going to never end. I got like 18 clips of it. Let's hear Colin talk about it. Colin's always saying something smart. I like Colin. Colin's the top dog. Let's hear it.
Don't confuse moral and ethical. Diana's in a space where it's moral and ethical. Mike's is moral. And again, these are allegations. That's the other reason I don't talk about it. But I do want to create
talking about it right now
or provide clarity on that when you say, well, why doesn't the mainstream? I don't think mainstream broadcasters, writers talk about moral stuff. If it becomes ethical, if a reporter gets fired for this, then that means the New York Times discovered ethical breaches.
That makes sense and explains not just why it's a little silent at ESPN or whatever it may be, but more so why she quit. She's like, ooh, if they fire me, then that's going to be the assumption that there's discovery, which means I need to get up out of here before they even find any more. So that means I want them to stop this investigation. So let me just resign. That's why they say the lawyer wrote that email, not her. That's why I wanted to listen to Colin, because Colin going to break it down. Right? So the point is, you may absolve some of the media, ESPN, et cetera, for not covering this because, frankly, this is just a moral conversation. And being real, Diana Rossini or Mike Vrabel and the New England Patriots, we're going to pick Mike Vrabel and the Patriots. And he didn't do the same thing in this situation that she did. Will can we stop being so immature, maybe even premature in our thoughts? Like we're acting infantile to be thinking what a coach does and a reporter does is the same thing. They don't even start off on the same plane. They're not even on the same level. How are they going to do the same thing in terms of impact? Come on, y'all.
Therefore, the mainstream media comes in to discuss. They have evidence, therefore, of an ethical lapse. So I'm supporting the mainstream media. It's one thing if you're a podcaster with a small following, a blogger, your latitude on this stuff. You talk about what you want when you want. But for the major media players, mostly we wait for an ethical breach, which is confirmed by an employer, to discuss.
Right. And wrong. Now, see, Colin he had me there, but you forget, I've been there before. I worked there as well. That's not true. It's not about the employer and ethical and moral and all that. It's about Madison Avenue and the advertisers. It's about you going out there and doing something that you're scared that could ever come back and land on you. So let's not open up this latitude, as he said, to a point where this is easily something that can be talked about with us. I give you an example. When Fox had that lawsuit and all those allegations, when a lawsuit is filed against a player, we talk about it. Why? Because we talking about it. Moral or ethical come into play, Colin? None of that. It's just a lawsuit against a big. If Dak gets sued for something that's like, whoa, not that he didn't pay his gardener, but sued for something, we gonna talk about it. Y'all talk about worse. Y'all talk about who somebody dating. Cardi B, where Cardi B at? And Stephon Diggs and all. Stephon Diggs' lawsuit did come up. But Fox's lawsuit didn't come up on ESPN. I wonder why. Because ESPN's sitting there like, shoot, that's the last thing we want to talk about because we done had our own and we might, we had ours before and we're going to have one again. Because as long as there's a makeup room in any of these buildings, there's going to be some issues. It's the locker room. You got men and women walking around here. Dog, there was a day, I give you the real, there was a day when, and everybody knows this, but they just kind of probably be like, I don't want to talk about it. There was a day where it seemed like when you were working in Bristol, that everybody there was young, straight out of college, all the PAs and stuff, you know, people who just getting their start. And they were going after the same kind of cats. Like this fraternity dude who played intramurals, who loves sports, and all these pretty girls who love sports. I didn't say women who love sports. I said pretty girls. Come on, man. It just seemed that way. I don't know. I'm in Bristol, and it's just weird. When I come to ESPN, when I come here, I see, whoa. And then when I leave, as soon as I leave this campus, I go outside, try to go to the diner, to the cafe. I say, oh. Okay, so if y'all want to BS the conversation, we can BS it, but we ain't got to. And frankly, I don't think the line is mainstream media, podcaster. It's not. It's only 2 networks for sports. Can we stop? There's ESPN and Fox, and they looking out for each other when stuff gets to this level. The Athletic is tied into New York Times, which is tied into all these entities because they all got the same. They got the same advertising agencies. They all go to the same places, etc. We got to look out for each other. If we talking that kind of story, when it lands on your lap, we're going to have to talk about it too. So let's just chill, you know, go along, get along. Nothing wrong with that. But it's not just moral and ethical, because if that's the case, why y'all always talking about these lawsuits that happen to the athletes? Anybody? Oh, because that's who we cover. No, we cover you too. You think if you get in trouble, Colin Cowherd, it ain't going to be talked about? Well, a lawsuit's different. Is it? I just showed you that when there are lawsuits for players, you talk about it. But when it's a allegation for a player, you talk about it. When there's suspicion of a player, you talk about it. Y'all going to concerts showing this dude at a concert because he's there to see his baby mama. That ain't his baby mama no more. Wow, it's crazy. The contradictions just go and continue. All right, let's get off Diana Rossini. Y'all stupid. Let's get off of that real quick and let's get to something else. Let's get to another beef. I can't believe this is even a beef. I see Shams, shout out to the homie. Shams is getting into it with Doc Rivers. What? And then, of course, we still got the Ball family going at it, with Nick Wright. It's just beef city over here. What's that? And Barkley and calling out Stephen A. Smith. Oh, man, we got to give some love to you members out there. Shout out to all you guys out there. Top 5 today is Nathan, 4400, Dustin Stevens, Patrick Edwards. All right, my dog is up. DK Bones and Stomp. Stomp is winning. I see you, baby. Love to all you guys and all the members I see out here with your comments. Get your jokes on. I used to read y'all comments a lot more, and then I'll be doing this topic, and then I'll look at the comments, and y'all talking about Tonka trucks. I'm like, man, I can't be reading that. So love to you guys. Keep beating it up in the comments. Let's have some fun. What's wrong, Shams? What's wrong, Sugar?
As we head into the playoffs, huge news. Doc Rivers fired. Now, I don't know how I feel about this, because I know you and Doc got a little bit of heat, and I know you've been covering this team for a long time, saying some things are going to happen, and there's a boiling point taking place. Now, people have said, Shams, you're talking about this for years, okay? You're chasing a ghost, and they've continually done things that I think you were projecting them to not do, maybe. Hang on to the honest, keep them together. Now it feels like a domino falls. Is that how you view this? How do you view this entire situation?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee for years. I started reporting on it last May. This has been like an we're now at an 11-month saga that's been going on between Giannis and the Bucks. And so, listen, I just report the news. I just document the news.
Whenever somebody says, look, listen, when they start off like that, they're like, man, look. Like, he's like, I'm tired. I don't even want to go there. You want to go there. That's what Shams is in his disposition. Let's hear what he's saying.
And so the truth can hurt sometimes, 100%. I stand by my reporting to the 10th degree, like 100%. The reality of the Bucks situation is this, is Giannis in his camp informed the Bucks last May that he was ready to part ways. He was ready to move on. The time had come after 12 years together that we all had to move on. But John Horst, the general manager of the Bucks, and Doc Rivers, the head coach, they wanted to continue to keep him and contend, and they felt like they had the roster to compete in the Eastern Conference. They thought this team was going to be a contender. And then they go out and get Miles Turner, you waive and stretch Damian Lillard, and so you add all those factors together, and it's been a clear miscalculation of the situation.
Oops.
Giannis was very clear in his private meetings with the Bucks. He felt this roster wasn't good enough. He had serious doubts about the roster.
And you hear that? Private meetings with the Bucks. How do we know? Because of information. How do we get information? Insiders. How do we get insiders? Because they're reporters that go deeper. And y'all saying that Diana didn't have any influence and it wasn't worth talking about? That all of a sudden this same story, Giannis wants to leave, could easily have been, Giannis loves it here. You see the power of the insider? That's all I'm trying to highlight.
And so, listen, in a lot of ways, he was proved to be right. The season played out the way it played out. I think everyone in the NBA knows exactly what's going on in Milwaukee. I think most people in the world know exactly what's going on right now in Milwaukee.
Okay, now we doing too much. Now you're just talking. What the world? The world don't know about Milwaukee. The world ain't even heard of Milwaukee. What's that? Now me stop. Love, man. Boy. Y'all know on this show I got to poke jokes. I'm like, this show is like the front and the back of the classroom. The front is we gonna learn something. Come on, ain't no dummies here. We talking, y'all. Y'all ain't dumb unless you dumb, and I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. And we gonna be the back of the class too. We got jokes. You know what I'm saying? Watching TV all the time, and they just saying crazy stuff, and we just looking at them like, when you gonna point out your boy? Let's go.
Y'all, you guys are in good standing. There's no strain whatsoever.
We have a great relationship. You know, Shams wrote an article that was so inaccurate that I don't have enough time to go into.
So inaccurate, I ain't got enough time to go into. Continue.
He talked about a locker room thing, and I was laughing like, yeah, we had a tough locker room day. We lost to the Chicago Bulls with a 20-point lead. I showed clips the next day of guys who were screwing up. That's what happens in a locker room. You know, the first thing I thought, where's Woj? I miss Woj so much. That was the first.
What? Oh, Doc got them jokes. That's a former player. Blah. I did not know that was going to happen. I did not know that he had them jokes coming out like, woo. Come on, man. Jesus. That's funny. He's like, where Woj at? I miss him. Come on. Look, I don't know exactly if everything should be like word for word. I should listen to Doc Rivers because you know what? We had a tough locker room day. But I do know if I lose a game, we up 20 points and then coach come in there and you know he ain't happy, that's not something to report. Like, or if you report it, please don't try to add no gas to that because that's what you're supposed to do as a coach. I gave my coach coaches my son. He's 10 years old. He had 5 games this weekend, the coach did. Shout out to Coach Chad. I love Coach Chad. Great coach. The first game, he was, hey, y'all better go. Hey, I said triangle, whatever the hell he be saying. I just be looking like, all right, they doing it. Triangle. By the 5th game, this is how he sounded. Triangle. So I gave him some of this. Some of that Doc Rivers spray. He said, put that in your nose. Matter of fact, let me get some cocaine. It protects your voice. I had a vocal cord surgery 10 years ago. I got all these little antidotes. Point being, you're supposed to lose your voice that day when you drop a 20-point lead and lose a game. That's not the report. Dirty Diana. That's why it's so important what she did and didn't do matters. Shams fires back at the Bucks. If they spend as much time dealing with their own internal dynamics and problems as they do to responding to accurate reports, they wouldn't be in the mess they're in right now. Damn. Is this No Vaseline versus Hit 'em Up? Is this Pac versus Ice Cube? Even though DJ Quick might have taken the cake. Because, boy, what's DJ Quick one is called? He's like, E-I-H-T. Now, should I continue? Yeah, I left out the G because the G ain't in you. That might be the best verse ever. And shout out to MCA, who's my homie, Gia. And Quick's the homie, too. What up, baby? Woo, woo. But, dog, what's the name of his diss song? Dollars and Cents? I think so. Jesus. All right, let's get off this beef stuff. I don't like all this beef. Actually, I do. I like when people tell the truth. I don't give a damn if it's nice or bad, as long as it's true. And I love that. All right. Now, they going in on, okay, I can't do that part. I got a good clip, and I'm going to show you. That's tomorrow. Doc Rivers, you better duck. They coming back at you, big dog. But we got some other topics to get into. Blah, blah, blah. We still got to talk about Barkley calling out Stephen A. Smith. And we obviously got to talk about Ronda Rousey going at Dana White. But we got more stories. Ooh, man, I can't show y'all this Jordan clip. I ain't wasting it. Let's get into this. After I give some love to you guys. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member. Okay, we got top fans out there. Dustin Stevens, DK Bones, Randy Ballin woke up. There he is, Stomp. And Patrick Edwards is number one. I love me. Man, Patrick Edwards, one day you and I going to go to the diner, maybe the cafe down the street, and I'm going to invite Jimbo. Hey, you know I love that spot. That's my spot. And then we going to have some burnt bacon. I love going to diners. Like, can I have some bacon, extra crispy, please? And they say, oh, yeah, sure. And it comes out blacker than me. Don't go to a diner and ask for crispy. You got to go to a real restaurant and ask for crispy. Because at a real restaurant, they undercook it. At a diner, it's already burnt. Jesus. It happened to us in Florida like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, this bacon is my uncle. It's black. She was like, you said crispy. Come on, crazy. Yeah, I got to answer this one question. Who wrote this? King Rajama said, you really yelling in your house like this at 6 in the morning? Yeah. And nobody happy. Something just ain't right.
And I'm...
Blah, blah, blah. Remember we had the conversation about the depths of the human existence and experience? And I'm a firm believer that all things that are possible are all within everyone's capabilities. I believe that everyone here can give life and bring life to people, whether that's biologically or through inspiration. You can make people feel amazing. And you also could be a killer. I really believe that. Like, I don't think I would ever kill somebody, but I do know some circumstances you can present to me. I'm like, well, it's either him or me, or them or him. He got to go. Okay? Not saying you woke up and want to go destroy something, but things can get destroyed. I think we all have the beauty and art of construction in one hand and destruction in the other hand. I really believe that. God, devil, I think all the religion stories, all the real God and devils in all of us. Not devil in you, but devils in existence around you to influence you to do it. I really believe that. The reason I bring that up is because in the media, no matter who you are, no matter what you are, and we know these three guys, they may win the Emmy. Did they have the Emmys yet? They were up for an Emmy. I don't know if they won. Their show is probably the best. Okay? This guy, Wiles, used to be a producer. He helped Jamie Horowitz and all those guys. He was a part of that whole crew. Man, this dude is so talented. He used to help me on Sports Nation. He was my producer. And I used to sit there every week and say, dog, why don't you do the show? You're better than all of us. And he was like, no, that's not my gig. And now it's his gig. We all know Broussard. Dog, Broussard wears his Bible on his sleeve. A tremendous dude. It's hard to find anybody that doesn't like him. Maybe Jason Whitlock. And him and Jason Whitlock got a little issue. But, I mean, Broussard is the dude, man. That's the homie. We all know Nick Wright. Look, he got a tough job. He got to be the edge of the sword. He got to be a little spicier than the average bear. Dude got a memory like a calculator. Dude is just insanely smart. Great takes. I love his style. He's sick. He's next level. But within everybody's DNA is a hot take. And more than a hot take is one that, I don't even know if you call that a hot take. You call that, yo, that's off the reservation. So it's out of bounds, unnecessary roughness, 15 yards, repeat first down, and you're ejected. When you calling somebody a clown in the past, present, and future tense. Oh, I was supposed to be on a call with some people in Hong Kong. They're going to have to wait. I'm going to say, oh, I'm sorry, I got the time off. I meant Pacific time. Let me stop. I was supposed to do that call. I'll do it later. It's in everybody to do what just happened. And it just happened. Past, present, future tense, someone's a clown. Come on. Even Broussard, you could tell, see, this was a version of the go along, get along. Broussard corrected him, but he didn't come at him. Because you know Broussard was sitting there like, come on, dog. We doing too much. That ain't even their show. They show ain't hot takey like that. You know what I'm saying? They show don't do that. That's not how they get down. But it went down. So you know that got around. And boy, I don't care what you do. And I'm in the same vein. First of all, y'all know I know LeVar Ball. Shout out to him, his brothers. I went to high school with the family. I went to high school with his brothers, state champs and all that stuff. Ballers. I know this man for a long time, and I know him very well, and I got lots of love for them and their family. And they a family. You come at one, you coming at all of them. Real spit.
Now we're getting ready. We got these folks over here who ain't commenting on the game and talking about somebody a clown. Has Nick Wright ever looked in the mirror? I bet you if you look in the dictionary right now and you look up a clown, you're going to see two things. One, it's going to be somebody with some long hair on the sides and a big-ass nose. Yep, that's Nick Wright, a clown in itself. He's been a clown ever since I know him, and I know his tag team buddy, too. Yes, Gritlock. He looks like a clown, too. Puffy cheeks and a big round nose and a big belly to match.
Now he just warming up. You know him on the Big Baller Podcast. He gonna warm up and get it going. Shout out to that Triple B shirt, fresh.
Yes, I'm calling them all out. They all clowns. So don't ever curl your lips and say a ball boy's a clown, because you know you a clown. That's why y'all keep looking at each other like two Rudy Poots.
One thing I don't get is the athlete hate. I get the athlete criticism. I don't get the athlete hate, or I don't get when it gets personal. You call me a clown, I don't know how that fits in the professional realm. Clown? Like, let's get a better word. We going back to 08 Skip Bayless. Like, we trying to make an industry. We trying to make hot takes fancy and flavor of the month. Like, I don't like Nick Wright is too good for that. Clown? And look, I mean, you could say he clowning. He going to be clowning for the rest of his career. But a clown? Like, we can't. This dude, Lamelo Ball? Who, if he were anywhere else, put him on the Knicks or the Lakers. I'm not talking about the roster. I'm just talking about for the culture. I'm talking about for the magnifying glass that comes and then the bump and amplification of how good he is. If he were on oh my God, that dude can ball. He's a clown because he acts silly and crazy and does crazy. Yeah. I just don't think that word is appropriate, but hey, let's keep hearing it.
That's how this thing goes down. I'm trying to figure out how somebody can lay on their back and with their left hand flip over a man 260 pounds. Try that. That ain't gonna work. And Spoelstra, don't be making all these excuses talking about you don't want to make an excuse. Then why you making one? Win the game and call it in. But if somebody falling on top of me, you best believe I'm gonna put my hands up and do all kind of stuff. So that's just how the balls are taught. We do some dangerous stuff. Get out the way, because we ain't getting stepped on.
That's real, though. I mean, look, I'm sure there's a way to get out the way and not trip another guy, and I'm sure there's a way that, you could have just stayed there and did it differently. But you're not stepping on me. Whether I'm a clown or not, I'm not getting stepped on. So it's either you or me, and obviously this play right here is what he's talking through, but you ain't stepping on me, dog.
But you Rudy Poots, go look at the game and quit worrying about the shame. Triple B's, you know how I do this. But hey, like I said before, Gritlock and Nick Wrong, y'all stay together, because you're a good team of nuts.
What is a team of nuts? Man, some people just got you. And LeVar Ball got me, dog. This dude bet on himself. He bet on his family. He left the hood, South Central, and all the dust that we were kicking up out here, moved way out to Chino Hills, raised his family, bred his family, and put out NBA players. So all you AAU parents who ain't going to put out an NBA player, salute. All you analysts, reporters, journalists, hosts of shows who didn't make it to the league, salute. Like, why we don't give out flowers? It's okay if you give someone flowers, and if you pick them yourself, guess what? You can have a little dirt in there too. Give them a little dirt too. But damn, salute. Who's coming at LeVar Ball? Who's coming at LaMelo Ball? Shout out to my man, Carolina Drew, with the super chat. Appreciate you, big dog. He said, LaMelo is such a good person off the court. Anyone who has been in the Charlotte community knows this. Oh, he the dude. I saw him in Vegas last year. We chopped it up for a minute. Because I've known him since he was little. He used to come in our studio with Max Kellerman and I doing our show. And I swear he was like 6, maybe 8. I don't know. But he remembers. I was like, oh, you was an itty bitty. And no lie, his daddy sat there. This is when Lonzo was going to UCLA. He was still in high school, but everybody buzzing in LA. He sat there and he said, Marcellus, let me tell you. This one is going. He said, then I got a middle one, but he gonna be all right. He said, but my baby? This boy was like 6. It felt like maybe 10. I don't know. He's an itty bitty. He showed up to the studio. He said, but this one? Well, I got to get that car. I got to get that money. I got to get that money Hong Kong. But he said, this one? Special. I was like, what? LaMelo? He was like, you know I don't lie about nothing. That boy, he ain't lying. That man said that 15 years ago, dog, 20 years ago. Insane. Put some respect on their name, bruh. It's the way the game goes. So now, you know, you got to deal with this if you Nick Wright. Since somebody is a clown, here they go. These dorks have gotten way too comfortable talking crazy behind these keyboards and TV cameras. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Nick Wright. I'm going to talk about them. Yeah. That's why I do this show. I talk about sports and talk about sports media because they want to be stars. They want to be the athletes. They want to be the ones in the middle of the arena. Okay. Take the smoke that comes with it. Take the criticism, the praise that comes with it. Real spit. Oh, man, that's so crazy. Love to you guys out there, man. We got one more topic to get into. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to just tell these people on this call, they're going to have to wait. Let me text this dude as I look at these. What y'all got going? Ooh, yes, I got to go there. It's Hatchet. Y'all know Matthew Hatchet? Shout out to Matthew Hatchet. Matthew Hatchet used to play in the NFL. Y'all know that. Played for the Vikings. I think he was the 3rd receiver, 4th receiver with the Vikings. Randy Moss and all them dudes. 10 late. I'm telling them. See, I love y'all more than him and that money. I'm like, if the money is mine, I ain't got to go rush for it, do I? I got to do this last topic. I got to do Stephen A. Smith and Barkley because Barkley went there on them, and then we out of here. Let's go.
Go ahead. So I guess LeBron said he didn't like Memphis or Milwaukee, and for some reason everybody went crazy on the Memphis part because then they turned it into race, which is the best way to get idiots and fools talking about anything. Every loser in the world wants to be racist. And Stephen A. jumped in, Jason Whitlock jumped in, Cam Newton jumped in, Ryan Clark jumped in, and Matt Barnes jumped in. Oh, these are all brothers.
Yeah, it's all brothers because everybody fighting for the black card. Dog, there's nothing that makes me look at anybody more sideways than when they trying to fight for a black card or a tough card. And sometimes it's the same card. But when I walk around and I'm outside and I see somebody like just like looking for smoke, I literally in my mind am looking at him like, that is the punk of the year. Now, I'm not going to test him because I'm not going to give him no smoke. I don't want smoke either. So why would I go up to somebody who wants smoke and then say, why you want smoke? I'm just looking at him, judging him like, damn, he weak. He whack. Like all these pretty women around here, all this drink, good Lord. Okay, get off there. All this drink around here, all this love around here, all the homies around here, all this good music we hearing, and you won't smoke? Just like when I see topics like this, LeBron says Memphis, LeBron says Milwaukee, and y'all won't smoke? Nah, why you talk about the brothers and they're going to lose their city, they're going to lose their team and then their city and their empowerment, it's going to hurt us. Reckon buy a new one. Your crew run, your crew run. Godly, this insecurity, inferiority, and fight for a black card is insane. I'm glad Barkley calling it out.
You probably should sit this one out. Yo, man, what the are y'all doing, man? LeBron don't like Memphis. Okay. Y'all have had this thing, apparently. I've been gone for a month, but apparently y'all been going back and forth and trashing each other. And come on, man. What are y'all doing? I don't dislike any of these brothers. Stephen A., Jason, Cam, Ryan, Matt. But, man, you guys have all been successful. I understand these other damn idiots and fools who on the internet who don't have any talent, who got a platform. They get to say stupid stuff because they're trying to be somebody. Y'all already somebody. They're nobodies.
That's gangster. But I hear you.
And I'm trying to figure out, y'all just been bashing each other apparently. Y'all know Chuck don't read no comments. Chuck don't do the internet. Y'all know that. I post stuff on my platform, only positive stuff. I ain't never read a comment. And let me tell you something, Victoria.
Well, ho. She can't pull a name out of nowhere.
Victoria's the girl who handles all my social media stuff.
There you go.
Victoria,
Now
if
continue.
you ever read a comment, your ass is gone too.
You know, and I'm just the opposite. I read all the comments and I respond 98% of the time in a positive way. 1% of the time, I'm like, I just poke fun of you, and then 1% of the time is like, let's go to war then. What you talking about? But I like reading the comments because I like to learn. I like to know what you do like about me and don't like about me. I like that. I just like it. But it's okay if you don't. It's not really time consuming because you're checking anyway if you posted it. Did the post go through? Okay, what's the response to the post? Or did they like this or not? So while I'm doing that, I'm just looking. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not reading all of them. But if you don't, do you. Whatever makes you float your boat. But whatever floats your boat, these guys he's talking about, why are y'all crashing into each other? Like, what's the incentive? What's the incentive to go at LeBron, he's really talking about Stephen A, for a Memphis take? Really?
But I'm trying to figure out, LeBron said something about Memphis, and the world took over, and like I said, it made it about race, which is what anybody does when they want to stir up controversy. Y'all are successful. Y'all are Ryan, you won a Super Bowl. Matt, you got a nice podcast. I've been on your podcast. I think you won a championship with the Warriors. Cam, you won an MVP at a national championship. Jason, I've always liked Jason. Stephen A., you're one of the most successful people we have in television. And you guys have, come on, man. Y'all got to do better, man. Like I say, I understand these nobodies trying to be somebody. They're nobodies. Dave Chappelle said it best. Internet people ain't important. They're just loud.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh, so many twists and turns we could take with that right there. But in all seriousness, I don't need harmony. I don't need them. I don't need all those names to sing "We Are the World," "We Are the Children." I don't want all of that. But I also don't want you guys to have like contrived arguments. Like don't just do it for the virality of it. Don't just do it because you know it's going to do numbers. Like, do it, but don't do it for the numbers. And to me, when you make LeBron and Memphis, someone is sitting there, Stephen A. Smith, yeah. Oh, I could make this ratio if I could just move it out of that lane that he meant it into this lane where people who don't understand or who won't pay attention could take it. I know how to do that. I can make Memphis black. I can make it synonymous with black, and then I can say you don't like black people. What? So I hear where Barkley's going. Barkley's like, look, dog, y'all doing too much. For who y'all are, y'all doing too much. Let's just say the CEO of a company is not answering the telephone, right? He ain't the one doing the emails. You know what I mean? So if you are who you say you are, it's okay to act that way sometimes. And this is one of those times. So beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about that situation. I'm just glad that somebody with a megaphone, someone, you know, with a heavy fist came down and said it like that with Barkley. All right, y'all. Y'all know we running too late, so all them other topics that I be teasing, y'all know on this show we tease each other. Ooh, pause. But we have a great time doing it, too. Ooh, double pause. Oh, Sugar, he's on the road today. So I love you guys, man. Have an amazing day out there and get it in.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think the birds. Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation. So
like this video, subscribe to this channel, and